Hi everybody, Jen here, and I am back with a Kit share. This is for the, I think this was the March hip kit. I know it's the hip kit, but I'm pretty sure it's the March kit. So I got 8 layouts out of my kit. That's quite a few for me. Usually I'm happy if I get 5. I don't usually buy add-ons unless something really strikes me that I would absolutely use. So this one was a little bit odd. I did add in an add-on, but it wasn't a hip kit add-on. It was actually a Studio Calico add-on that I had gotten free when I had last signed up for their Project Life kit. They had this offer where you got all these points that you could use for add-ons, so I ended up buying a whole bunch of add-ons with it actually, and I added, this one was a very recent one. There was a lot of craft market in this hip kit, and the add-on was mostly craft market. So I added everything into it, and I kind of, for this, I kind of pulled out what wasn't crepe paper that I didn't use, so that I can kind of keep it mostly hip kit for the actual Kit, because I didn't use everything that came with the add-on. So you might see on these layouts, if it's not from the hip kit, it is from that add-on that from Studio Calico. So, but honestly, tons of stuff didn't make it in from that add-on. It was mostly one set of sticker sheets, a set of thickers, and like a couple of the little embellishments. So I'm going to go through quickly my layouts that I did with this kit. I'm almost positive I have a layout for every, or a video for every layout. I think there's a possibility that one of them might have gotten cut off. I haven't gotten to the point of editing up through these yet, so I'm doing the Kit before these layouts are even been edited and all of that. So anyway, first layout is called the Battlefield, and this was when I went to Manassas when I was in college, or maybe right after college, 2008. So right after college. It's kind of an odd color scheme for a battlefield, but it was just this was such a gorgeous picture that it went well with these colors. So that's my first one. Then I have Love, which is about my puppy. Again, gotta love my puppy. This was when she was about a year old, so maybe a year and a half old. So that is this layout. There's no journaling on this, but I'm planning to add a journaling card to the back. Then I have Smile and Ride the Ducks. This was when my friends and I went to Boston. I live about 40 minutes from Boston, but they don't. They live in Connecticut. So they all came up, and we actually took a duck tour. So that was kind of fun. This might be, I think this is my favorite layout from the kit. I really liked how the top came out. And it's funny because I've been doing a lot more layouts on white paper, and I'm liking how they come out. I never did that in the past. I never did white paper. I was always a colored cardstock or pattern paper background kind of person. So this is something new, and I'm liking it. So you'll see a lot more from that, I think. And then I have Love Your Smile. This is a fairly recent picture of my little nephew, and I found that it was actually fairly easy to do a boy layout with this layout. Even though it had a ton of pinks, I pulled all the navy from this kit into this layout. So, and you'll see there were a couple of these in the add-on, so that's from the add-on, and I pulled in some of my own enamel dots. So that's that layout. Then I've got So Totally Awesome, which was when, I think if there's a layout that doesn't have a video, it's this one. I had some issues getting it to record. I had issues with my camera. So this was when we went to Universal Studios in Orlando, and I had previously been to the Harry Potter section in the original park, went about 6 months after it opened, and we went in November, which was about 6 months after it opened, in Universal for the new edition. So that was really cool. And actually, we just booked a trip back for May. We go to Orlando tons, but my mom and I, and usually I'm a Disney nut, and it's kind of funny, after this November trip, I have no desire to go back to Disney. at the moment, and I want to go back to Universal. I loved it so much. So we bought 3-day tickets for Universal. So we'll hit both parks. So I'm really excited about going back. But anyway, this picture, I don't know if you can see, on the big Gringotts Bank ride, there's this dragon, and every 10 minutes he blows fire, and it's so cool. So that was a really neat part of going, and it's actually really awesome because it was freezing cold when we went. We were in sweatshirts and fleece jackets, and it wasn't freezing, but it was cold, and it was cold for Florida. So I've been there when it was colder, but it was a perfect day to go because it was pretty empty. It was the week before Thanksgiving. Anyway, my next layout is called quote-unquote Typhoon Lagoon. This is from my September trip to Disney when my sister and I went, and she really wanted to go to the water park. I was an annual pass holder for this past year, so I didn't really care what we did. I was just happy to be on vacation, and the day she picked she wanted to go, it was beautiful and sunny when we got there. Then we had this ginormous storm, so we were in the wave pool, and it was downpouring. So we were making fun of it that it was a typhoon at Typhoon Lagoon. So we had fun with that. And of course, after that, the sun came out again. But I really like how this page came out too, and I did this washi strip, which I thought was really neat. So I liked that one. This one was actually another Disney layout. This was from March of 2014. My friend and I went to Disney, who she hadn't been since she was a little kid, so we ended up doing the Wild Africa Trek tour, and this is a picture of me crossing the bridge, which was really neat. So cross the bridge, fits the picture there. And then my last layout, and I realized that this is really hard to see, and I was debating outlining it because I can see it, but just barely. The title here, it says Transportation of Harry Potter, and it's this white font that was on that Alison Craft sticker sheet. It's kind of very, very, very faint, so I was debating outlining it. I didn't like the way it looked, so I didn't end up doing it. But I can read it. As long as I can read it, that's all that matters. So that's my last layout. So that's my 8 layouts. And then I'm going to show you what is left in the kit. There's not tons. I have no... Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. The phone rang and I had to go run and get it, so I had to stop the video. Anyway, like I was saying, I have no 12 by 12 sheets of paper left. This is all the paper that I have left. This is about 6 by 6, a little bit smaller than 6 by 6, but it is that Love Notes paper, and I'm actually going to add this to the March Click Kit that's up next. Because most of that collection is Love Notes, and I think there is a sheet of this in there, but I'm going to add that right in. Then of that gold, that My Mind's Eye gold and white stripe, this is all I have left. I cut off one of the white stripes. I'm going to toss this. I'm not going to use that. From the Craft Market, these are all Crate Paper Craft Market pieces. So this, I love this piece of paper. I'm going to keep this. I'm definitely going to use it. It's a perfect layering piece. I just couldn't get it to work in my last layout. So that's going to go into my scraps over here. And then these 2 pieces of paper, I loved this piece of paper. I ended up with 2 of these because one came in the Studio Calico add-on, one came in the Hip Kit. So this is all I have left of those 2. And I probably am going to keep this, and however much I love this sheet of paper, this is going to go in the trash. I probably won't end up using this, so I'm just going to trash that because I'm sick of keeping pieces of paper on my desk that I'm not going to end up using. So I'm going to keep this one because it's a good layering piece, but the other ones are already cut in two. So that's what I have left of paper. Then, let's see here. I ended up adding in, so out of the thickers, I ended up adding in this set here, which was called Imprint, and this came in the Studio Calico kit, so I have a decent amount left. There's still an E and several A's and a whole bunch of I's and U's. So, and these Q's I can turn into O's. So there's plenty left here. I'm going to keep that, put that in my stash. And then these are the thickers that came with the kit that I absolutely loved. I use them on a lot of layouts. I do have letters left. I have an E and some A's, a couple of I's, and a ton of O's, and so I have a good amount left, and I have all these numbers and punctuation. So I'm hoping to put this into my stash as well, and I will use that up. And then I added this in. I had gotten this from Studio Calco. I think I had ordered this from a last call or something like that. There were 2 sheets of washi strips, and I almost killed this sheet here. So I have a quarter of a strip of this yellow and a strip of this map. I'm probably going to cut it out and add that just into my embellishment stash. So I also added this into the kit. This is from the Hip Kit, or no, the Studio Calco add-on. This was the 6 by 12, but really is 12 by 12 sheet of Craft Market stickers, and I used a good amount of them. I used probably, it's actually more than half, or about half. So I have some left over. That's going to go into my stash to put away, and I'll use those. And then I found this piece a little bit hard to use with the kit. This is the Allison Craft #happy sticker sheet. It's, what is it called? Just sticker sheet. So it had 2 alphabets, which I used this once, and I think this alphabet once. These were hard because they weren't cut through all the way, so I had to use my scissors to cut them. And then the only things I used from this were a couple of the labels. But I'll put this in my stash. I'm sure I'll use it at some point. It's not really my colors, not really my theme. Like I said, I had trouble using it with what was included in the kit. And then this was the chipboard embellishment that came with the kit, and I think I did pretty good. I used up, I'd probably say I have maybe a third of it left, and I'm going to pull out certain pieces of this because I know I won't use it, like these jars. Just funny looking. Paintbrush, I'm not going to use that. And the paint can, totally not going to use that. So these 4 big pieces, and there's a good chance I won't use that sewing machine either. But I do have several things I still will use. I love this and I will use them, but I added in a pack of my own frames, so I never ended up using them. So the frames I'll end up keeping, the ampersand and the hello banner. So this will go into my stash, and I hopefully will be able to use it up. I have, out of the Craft Market, the puffy stickers. I only have these circular, like pink circles. As much as I liked these stickers, they sucked. They didn't stick at all, and they were gummy when you added glue. So these I'm going to throw out. I don't like the shape of them. I won't use them, and I didn't like the stickers to start with. So I have 2 of the Hip Kit die cuts left. One says "You Amaze Me," and the second one says "Me Time." I love the Me Time one, and I will keep the "You Amaze Me." I'll end up using them. I have 1 flare left that says "Enjoy," so that'll go into my stash. And out of that giant pack of Freckled Fawn hearts, I have 5. So that, I think I did a good job with the kit. And then I have this teeny tiny piece of paper left, and this teeny tiny piece of paper. They're going to go in the trash. So that's what I have left in my kit. I think I did pretty good. And I am going to break open my March Quick Kit. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.